everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to the weekly wellness reading. As you can see, it looks a little bit different. So Nancy Jean from Nancy Jean's Garden and Nancy Jean's Garden and I are going to team up and do the weekly wellness readings together. So we thought we'd show our faces and let you see what's going to happen. We'll briefly explain it and then we'll drop down and get to the reading. So welcome, Nancy Jean.
Well, thank you for inviting me north of the border.
Absolutely, my friend. So can you briefly explain to people how the garden can sort of help us to accentuate the weekly wellness reading?
Yeah, there's the garden. This is the garden. And if you could you zoom me in because you got control, girl? Nope,
yes.
That's you. Then that's the garden. Okay. What the garden is this is a silk cloth. It's 16 by 16. It has the elements in the middle: fire, water, air, and earth. And then it has a series of the chakras are the things that are on the furthest outside, including the tree of life. And then it has words like true, go for it, past, restate, false, path forward, present, and future. And what I do with this is I roll in 5 stones and just hold for 1 second. Dropped one. Oh, now I dropped 2. This is not the best introduction of how well I can do this. It's what I do for doing it on a Sunday afternoon.
That's it.
Okay. You'll see. I have 5 stones. And the stones are body, which is fusite. And fusite is also called the fairy stone. And that has a lot to do with our connection to the earth as living beings. Mind, which is our mental state and our mental energy. And that is a yellow, orange calcite. Excuse me. It's allergy season where I live. Then there's spirit, which is the amethyst. And then there's values or grounding, which is pyrite. And then there's clarity, which is sodalite. And those meanings relate to those stones. And what I do is today the cool thing about the garden is I can tell time on it too. This is winter, spring, summer, fall. And there's a lot of other things that I read tarot for years and I envisioned this. I was given this gift. I channeled it through and I said, please put time on it. So I'm getting much better at reading time on it.
Excellent.
And what I'll do is I'll ask for what is the major vibration for wellness this week? And I'll think about that. And I'll toss the stones. Oh, and they all kind of ended up out on the edge because usually they tend to fall in the middle when you're asking really personal questions because your hand's over that, but also because the 4 elements are more what we work in on a daily basis. But this is obviously a very spiritual reading. And I'm going to start with the body, which is fitting between restate and the past. And if you're interested in a garden, I do sell these. You can go to my website and see it. All of these spaces are much better explained. I'm going to give you the fast and furious version.
Yeah. I'll put your link to your website as well as your channel link in the description of the video, of course.
Cool. And the past, when the body falls in path, that means look to previous forms that have served you. So whatever you come up with this week, the vibration is going to be one you're familiar with, but it's also one that you're not clear about. Your options aren't clear. And restate as a space, when I was channeling in what each of these spaces meant, it was a real fun a couple summers ago. I had dreams, very vivid dreams every night of each space that's on this board. And this one was interesting because it was like a garden run amok. It was like an overgrown garden. And what restate means is you have to go in and pick out the things that don't work. And then you'll see the whole plan. So you're going to be weeding your thoughts this coming week about your vibrations. But then you've got this great. You've got your a grounding, the pyrite, which is also our energy, in solar plexus. And when it lands in solar plexus, that means you're going to be burning out the self-doubt that's blocked you from gaining your power. So that's really important.
Beautiful.
And then we go to our spirit, which is fallen into air, and air is the north. Air is where thoughts go. Air is where movement can be more quickly achieved. And when it's there, it means your spirit's transforming your thinking. So your spirit's working with these elements to help you. And your mind is in the future. And when it's in the future, it's think about the situation in the future tense. So what you're seeing over here, what you're going to be weeding out, your spirit's going to be leading you to it, but it's to the future sense, to the future. It's not maybe this week, but you're going to be planning something a little way out. That's going to be what we're going to be feeling around us. And then our clarity fell into true. And when clarity is in true, it means the ideas that are born out of this time are correct. So this is a great reading for a first kind of vibe reading.
I love it.
It also, since this is winter, spring, we're not quite to summer yet. So this totally follows with what we just read. You're planning, you're getting your spirit aligned, and you're mentally, you're getting aligned in the spring, and it's going to be coming in the fall. You're going to be actually something could be that far out.
Wow.
So that's how you read the garden. And if you want to know more about it, visit me at my channel because I read with it quite a bit.
Yep.
I have a lot of people who have it. If you buy a garden, I have a membership level where I teach garden classes twice a month.
All right.
All right. Now we're going to see what Miss Kelly's going to do. She's going to do it on her.
Yeah. So I'm going to drop my camera down so you guys cannot see my messy sort of background. Look at friends. How nice is that?
She's going all out on us, guys.
Thank you to the dollar store for the Mac Pack. That's what this is. So as always, these readings are meant to provide us with a little, pep in our steps, some gentle guidance, some food for thought, something to help us as we navigate throughout the week. If it resonates, claim it. If it doesn't, leave it behind. We're going to use the Native Spirit Oracle from Denise Lynn, and we're going to do the 4 directions spread, which I thought was a great way to sort of start, considering that the garden has the north, south, east, and westerly directions on it. And I also want to mention that Cartomancy Mesquite and I are going to give it a go with our gardens that Nancy Jean has here on the screen. We're both members of Nancy Jean's channel. We go to practice, and we're going to go out on a limb and do a show. What do you think, Nancy?
We're going to have a garden party.
Yeah, we're going to have a tiptoe through the tulips party. All right, friends, here we go. We need 4 cards, please, Spirit, for the week of May the 1st through to May the 6th of 2023. We just need 4 cards. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. This is not obviously the spread, but I just want to put them in the right sort of direction, if you will. All right, so we start out with, let me grab my book so I can follow along, even though I should know this by now because I've done it like a million times. All right, so we start out with our East card, which this is what is revealing in our life, what needs to begin, what we need to search for or explore. We have Song of the Wild. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful picture that is. All right, so Song of the Wild. Now, I say this every time I use this book, that it is in alphabetical order, and I still have difficulty finding the pages. There you have it, friends. So, new horizons await you. You're ready to savor the wonders of the world, take some risk, answers the call of the wild. Step out of your comfort zone, live passionately, take steps in the direction of freedom. Beautiful. Expand beyond your limitations and boundaries. Maybe it's time to take a journey or do something new and exciting. Outstanding. All right, so now we move to the south and we have Freedom Horse. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom Horse. Actually, I'll hold it up while I read this. Let your spirit fly. Do not hold back. Break free and express yourself. Flaunt your stuff. Dance, laugh, explore, and go beyond predictable behavior. Get out of the rut. You don't need to fit the mold. Be daring. Fling your arms to the heavens in joy. Outstanding. All right. For our west, we have the Sweat Lodge. Now, Nancy Jean, just as a question, have you ever done a Sweat Lodge before?
Yes. Down here in Texas.
Really?
All summer.
Beautiful. All summer. Got it.
No, I went to a legitimate one. I mean,
oh, did you?
Not just a climactic one.
I gotcha. So this Sweat Lodge, the card meaning is cleansing ourselves, the body, the mind, and the soul. Purify, clutter, clear, let go of objects and relationships that no longer serve you. Purify your body, go within, meditate, talk to the Creator, and give thanks. Beautiful card. Notice the colors are all sort of coordinating as we sort of go around the directions, which I just think is interesting. We have Spirit of Water next. And the card meaning for Spirit of Water is to trust your intuition. Know that you're on the right path. Take time to nurture yourself. Allow your inner child free reign. Believe in your dreams. Don't stifle your emotions. Trust the messages they're giving you. Purify and cleanse yourself and your home. Healing is on its way. Emotional healing energy is expanding within you. Wow.
Is that to the north?
Yes, that's to the north.
Yeah, because the north is water.
Yeah. So I sort of feel like...
No, the west is water. I'm sorry.
The west is water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to bring us back to here. Now, what I think is really interesting, I'll turn myself back up right here. What I think is really interesting about these cards is, whoops, I'm in slow motion. Sometimes when I switch my cameras back and forth, they do that. Avert your gaze, people. Sorry about that. There we are.
But now you've got a face. You were like...
I know, it does that when you flick back and forth too fast. So what I think is really interesting about the cards is that even though we may feel this high, vibrant sort of energy around us, right, that is causing us some sort of not really chaos, but I feel like we're amped up a little bit, if that's the right word. The message that's coming through is that this is a process, and we are meant to be going through this process. We are meant to be like merging and purging and, you know, really getting in touch with ourselves, purifying our mind, our body, and our soul, right? Getting rid of what no longer serves us and tapping into what brings us joy.
Working with our spirit and, you know, and letting it flow in. This is purging. I mean, these two are purging.
This is outstanding. Don't you love it when things like this happen? I mean, when the garden says one thing and the cards say another, you're like, okay. But when you do this recording for the first time and the garden says what the cards say and the cards say what the garden says, obviously that's the message that we're supposed to have. So be kind to yourselves this week. Nancy Jean, what's coming up on your channel that everyone can watch for?
Tuesday, I normally have a meeting on my channel at 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and I always post it early. And this particular Tuesday is my 74th birthday. So we are going to, I'm going to be eating a mug cake because that's cakes I eat because I'm a keto person. I'm going to eat a mug cake. I'm going to be doing questions within the garden and also laying cards and using a pendulum, whatever suits the questions best.
I love it.
And I'm going to do an hour show on my birthday.
Mhm.
And then later in the week, um, I have, I also work with fairies and elementals and dragons and uh, trees, spirit trees and stuff. And I did a show on a fairy that someone had sent to me, and you can. And she took the film. She videoed it 3 years ago
Wow.
and was reviewing it because she was going to put together a compilation of her daffodil garden. And she didn't realize it, but 3 years ago she caught a fairy at the very beginning,
Beautiful.
and you can see it go through the garden and then just disappear. And the cool thing is, she went on filming the garden because, of course, she didn't know she had a fairy on her film. And so you can see it wasn't just a flaw or a light thing.
Right.
It was a very different sort of thing.
I
So
love
I showed that last week, and we sort of discussed how everybody's getting out and planting their plants and doing their thing if they don't live where you live, and they can't quite yet. But
Right.
where I am, people are well into their first summer garden.
Yeah.
And so I got 3 other people sent me videos of fairies they'd caught in their gardens. So
Beautiful.
I'm looking at that and reviewing that. Um, what's happening is our vibration changes. We are going to be able to see the elementals much more easily than we have. A year ago, guys, I knew nothing about. I knew fairies. I mean, I knew fairies and elves and gnomes from having read the fairy tales.
Mhm.
But as far as energetic, I didn't know them. But I got interested in earth lines and ley lines, and that led me to finding a ley line with a tree. And then my tree, Hogarth, told me that, who is no relation to the astrologer Hogarth, by the way. He's a real legitimate tree.
Right.
And he told me that the ley lines around me are sort of the superhighways for the spirit energy that wants to move
Wow.
back and forth. And after that, I swear, one night I was sitting in my living room watching some stupid thing on TV, but all of a sudden I heard a wind chime in my office, which, as I live in an open concept place, so my office is open. And I came in my office trying to figure out if my computer had come on, or something was going on. There was nothing back here that was on.
Wow.
And then every once in a while I see them out of the side of my eye. So we're getting to know each other.
I love it.
And
So
everybody has access to that right now. If you're working on raising your energy and vibration, nature wants to reach out to us because it's Mother Earth, Gaia, needs all our help and prayers and all our understanding of the energy she has had.
well said, my friend. So Tuesdays, 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern. For those of you interested, I will put Nancy Jean's description or Nancy Jean's link and her website in the description of the video. Coming up for me, I have a super busy week. Monday night, I'm here at 7 p.m. with Cartomancy Mesquite. We're doing the May zodiac signs. Wednesday night at 8 p.m., I'm here with Valerie from Illumination Portal. We're going to talk about, and then we'll toss some cards, do some readings on the energy of May, trying to understand it from a sort of astrological viewpoint. Thursday, I'm back doing full moon readings, and Friday, I'm on with Longman Tarot. He's doing a special on the King's coronation, which will be on Saturday. So we're going to toss some cards on that. So basically, I will be here the whole week. You'll find me. So make sure that you hit the thumbs up, leave a comment under the video, make sure that you are subscribed, of course, and of course, your bell notification, make sure it's checked off. Does help both the channels, does help the algorithms and the channels being noticed. So from us to you, We wish you a good week, and we wish you many blessings.
And it looks like it's going to be a great week for planning and moving ahead.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.